If you're an international student who's planning to study in Italy, watch this video till the end, because in this video I'll share you exactly how the exams work here and how can you top every single time. Hey guys, welcome back to another informative, interesting video. In this video we'll talk only about exams, so you know how the exams work here. And so I'll break the video down in like 3 stages maybe. The pre-exam, the general information at first. Obviously I'll give you the general information, then the pre-exam, during exam, post-exam, so you know like how the things work here. So first, when you talk about few general things, you'll be very happy in just one word: the exams here are very liberal. Okay, so if you're coming from India, Pakistan, or any of the Asian countries, you will feel that okay, it's very lenient, like you don't have to do the hard work as much as you did in your country. Okay. And the second thing that I want to mention here is that the full marks here is just 30. It's just 30. It's not 100 anymore. I know you're used to having 100 as a full marks, but here it's only 30, right? So it's just chill. And next, another surprising thing for you would be is that you have a scope of scoring more than 30. I mean, you can get more than full marks. Okay, how this happens is, like, for example, if you are a good student in your classroom, you do presentations, you do any extra classwork, your class participation is really good, so you get some extra points for that. Okay, so those points are counted. So back in our country, what used to happen is that our exams were broken into two parts: the theory exam and the practical, right? So in the theory, basically it could be like if it's 100 marks or 70 marks would be only theory, where you sit for the exam, you write the exam, and rest 30 marks would depend on your practical work, maybe the project work that you do, or your attendance, your classroom participation, and everything, right? So those were just 30 points. Like there was a specified marks for it, right? So within 30 you cannot exceed 30. But here the thing is different. For example, you did some presentation in your class and you have like 4 extra points, and in the exam you scored just 27 out of 30. Okay, so those 4 extra points would be added up, and now you would have 31 out of 30. So here we call this 30 cum laude. Once you exceed the full marks of 30, you get 30 cum laude, which is like a badge of honor for you, right? So definitely, if you're coming here to study, put your efforts in the classroom, be a good student, a sincere one, and then you would definitely get 30 cum laude.
मजा आया.
Now when you talk about the interesting part of these exams, another general information that's very important is that here you can take exams as many times as you want. So here it isn't like, you know, that you have like fixed dates for exam, like this is the date you sit for exam, and if you miss it, you're gone forever. Okay, so the back paper, you again appear for it, paying some amount. Here's nothing like that. Okay, so what you do here is like you book an exam and you get a score. If you pass, that's well and good. If you do not pass, it shows you insufficient, and then you can sit for the exam back again in the next here the exams are conducted regularly, like after 2 months, after every, like for example, every semester has got two batches of exam. Okay, for example, if I talk to you about me, so for me in the first semester we had the exams in January. We also had the same exams in February. I mean, like if somebody wants to give in January, they go for January. If somebody wants to go for February, they go for February. Or if you go for January and you don't do well, so you can also sit for it back again in February, right? So here, as I told you, it's liberal. All right, and next thing here is that the exams needed to be booked, so which I'll talk about, like pre-booking. So when we got to the pre-exam part, I'm gonna explain that to you. So that's another crazy fact that you need to know about while studying here in Italy. So with this, I guess I gave you enough general information about how the exams work. Rest, let me talk about the things that you do before examination. Okay, so before examination, obviously you need to book your exams here. So you cannot just, obviously there is like your department has complete autonomy over when your exams will be conducted. So therefore they would be publishing all the dates and everything, and rest you would be choosing if you want to give the exam on that batch or the next one, right? As I told you, either January or February. And the same exam can also take place back again in May, or like the department might conduct it before May. So in a year, like you have multiple choice. I mean, you have multiple options that you can choose anytime to give the exams. So it's quite good on that side. And next thing is that once you have the exam date published on your app, your university would definitely have an app or a reserved area wherein you would go and book the exams. So you have to book the exams here, wherein like you would be choosing the same date and you would fill a sort of a small survey kind of form, and then your exam pass would be generated. Okay, so that means like you are now eligible to sit in the exam, and you can go and give your exam on that particular day. And now once you book your exam, all you got to do is just study and prepare for the exam. And with this, we move to the day when we have the exam. On the day of your exam, you need to carry an ID document with you. It can be any ID document. You can also carry your passport with you. All right, and then you go for the exam. In the exam, what you can expect is like if your course is like big enough, like me, like in my course we have like 100 plus students, so it's like obviously a big classroom, a big setup, right? So there's like one professor along with his or her assistants, at least two, maybe there could be 3 or 4 as well, right? So it depends on the professor, so they keep roaming and invigilating, so there's no scope that you can cheat. I mean, there is definitely scope, like most people, they take out their phones, they cheat. I don't recommend you doing those, because obviously you're studying for yourself, so give your best. But yeah, there is chances that you can cheat. But the thing is, like, if you get caught, you would be banned from giving the next intake. I mean, again, it's very liberal. It's not like India, like if you get caught, like you are banned for the whole year, like for 1 year you cannot give an exam. Okay, but here the thing is like very liberal, so you are just blocked from giving the next intake, which means that, for example, you are cheating in January, so you won't be able to give the exam in February back again, so you have to give it in May. I mean, that is again quite liberal, right? So you need to take care of that. Do not try to cheat, but yeah, cheating is possible. I'm again giving you the true real information here. Okay, I'm not hiding anything. No gatekeeping. And on the day of exam, you will also expect that there could be some seating arrangement. There might not be some seating arrangement, which is like the professor might plan it. It's all dependent on the professor. If they want, they might give you a sitting arrangement, like they would do their own thing. But if not, then you have the liberty of sitting by your own with your friends. Okay, and concerning the question paper, you receive it and you also submit the question paper. In our home countries, it's not this way, right? We get the question paper, we carry the question paper with us, but here you also need to submit the question paper along with the answer sheet. And in your answer sheet, in every page, you need to write your name, surname, and the matricola is your basic roll number. Okay, so you have to write those information on your question paper and also on your answer sheets on every page of your answer sheet. So I guess that's all that you need to know for the day of exam. Now, after you've given the exam and the exam day is over, so you get the results usually within a week or after it. So it depends on the professor again. Okay, so they'll finish the correction and they'll send you over the grades. So the grades is generally given to you through the system that you have. Okay, and once you get the grades, you have an option of accepting it or rejecting it. Again, right, I told you, so you can either accept or reject it. So accepting or rejecting means like if you're happy with the grades, you accept it. If you're not happy, you reject it, and then you book another exam, another session, and then you sit for the exam to get a better grade. Okay, generally I would recommend just be happy with the first one. To you don't want to work too much here, right? So just be happy with the first grade that you get, unless you're very confident that you can score more. And I guess that's all after exam that you need to do. Once the exam and once you accept the grades, it takes almost like a week or so for the grade to be registered, and there you go, you're done altogether. Okay, and now let me tell you from my experience, like what I noticed, how can you score well. So if you're from India, then you should be, it's not a must, but if you are from like CBSE board, in CBSE we are taught how to write answers right back in your school days. So you can use the same logic here, go point wise, be very neat, and try to describe everything properly. Here you have very limited space. Okay, if I didn't mention already, here you have very limited space, like the question is printed and there's like a limited space given to you for the answers, so you cannot fill the pages like in your country as you do, like you fill the pages and you think you get more marks. That's not the case, certainly not the case. So what you need to do is you write small short answers but very on the point, like you take care of the keywords, you try to be as neat as possible, your handwriting is good, and if you just follow the steps, then trust me, like gaining full marks here is easier than ever. I mean, like in your countries it might not be possible for someone to get full marks. It is not possible, like nobody gives you full marks. Like in my bachelor's, the professors were very clear that we do not give full marks in India, right? But here, it's very easy. If you write everything to the point, you are definitely scoring the full marks and there's nobody stopping you. Alright, so with these tips, just go ahead, prepare for the exams, and if you're not already here in Italy, I wish you all the best. And if you need help with any of the process, feel free to contact me, and do let me know what you think about this video. Till then, I'll see you in some other videos. Take care, bye bye, ciao.